fancy stuff. But what if I told you that the neighbor with the flashiest toys is often the one who's actually losing the financial game? Let's put that idea to the test. Picture this, a totally normal suburban street. You've got two neighbors living side by side. On the surface, you think their financial lives are worlds apart. But as you're about to see, looks can be, well, they can be incredibly deceiving. Okay, so neighbor number one, they're driving a $90,000 pavement princess. You know the one. It's brand spanking new, gleaming, and it just towers over everything else in the driveway. It practically screams, "I've made it." Then you have neighbor number two. They're cruising in a simple 10-year-old Toyota. It's reliable, it gets the job done, but let's be honest, it's not turning any heads. All right, so here's the million-dollar question. Literally just. Based on what you see, the shiny, expensive truck versus the modest, older car, who's the real millionaire here? I'll give you a second to really think about it. Who would you bet on? Okay, let's be real. Most of us are probably pointing straight at the truck owner. I mean, that vehicle is a massive status symbol. It projects this image of success and prosperity. But now let's pull back the curtain on this high-cost illusion. So here's the truth. The owner of that incredible truck, they're living paycheck to paycheck. The payment on that thing is huge, the insurance is through the roof, and by the end of the month, guess what? There's nothing left. They have almost zero in savings. They look rich, but their entire financial foundation is basically a house of cards. You know, this is a textbook case of something called lifestyle inflation. It's a trap, and our truck owner fell right into it. See, as their income went up, so did their spending. A bigger paycheck just meant a fancier truck and more expensive habits. It never translated to more savings. It's like being on a financial treadmill, you know? You're running faster and faster, but you're not actually going anywhere. So if our flashy neighbor is actually broke, what does that say about our other neighbor? This is where things get really interesting, and it brings us to this powerful, kind of counterintuitive idea, the secret of stealth wealth. So, what about the driver of that boring 10-year-old Toyota? Well, you guessed it. They're the actual millionaire. That's right. While everyone on the street was admiring that shiny new truck, this person was quietly, methodically building a seven-figure net worth. This, my friends, is the power of stealth wealth, and it's the polar opposite of lifestyle inflation. It's a very conscious choice to prioritize your financial freedom over what other people think. It's all about valuing what you have in the bank, not what you show in the driveway. Okay, so how is this even possible? It sounds crazy, right? Well, the core of this whole paradox comes down to one fundamental thing most of us get wrong. We mix up having a high income with having actual wealth. And trust me, they are two very, very different things. Just look at this. You can have a sky-high income. That's this tall bar right here. But if you're spending, your expenses are just as high. Your net worth, which is just what you own minus what you owe, is going to be tiny. The key takeaway here is so simple but so important. Wealth isn't what you earn, it's what you keep. There's this fantastic phrase for this phenomenon, financial sleepwalkers. It perfectly describes what's happening. Most people are just going through the motions. You know, they earn a good salary, they spend it on nice things, but they never really wake up to the fact that they aren't building any real lasting wealth. They're not building a future, they're just financing a lifestyle. And you know, it all boils down to the little daily choices. Just look at this comparison. The neighbor who looks rich is always buying new cars, designer brands, all this stuff to signal their status. But the truly wealthy neighbor, they buy reliable used cars, they skip the flashy status symbols, and here's the absolute secret sauce, they invest the difference. Every single dollar not spent on a car that's losing value is a dollar that can be put to work building real, actual wealth for them. So after all this, what's the big takeaway? What can we learn from our two neighbors? It kind of forces us to step back and really think about what our own financial goals are, beyond just, keeping up with appearances. It really makes you ask the ultimate question, doesn't it? What does being rich truly mean to you? Is it having a driveway full of expensive cars that you're constantly paying for? Or is it having the freedom and the security to live life completely on your own terms, without being a slave to a monthly payment? Look, the fancy car, the big house, the luxury watch, that's all just for show. It's the performance of wealth. True, lasting wealth is the stuff you don't see. It's the investments, the retirement accounts,